pregnancy and now you're a horrible mother. The best thing that you can do right now is go get the counseling that you need and the support that he needs, the physical therapy and the therapies that he needs. That's all you can do now, and hope for the best. You have said far worse things. You said that you could kill the baby. You wanted the baby to die while he was pregnant. You've said far worse things than the father has ever said about him. You're embarrassed because you did that to him. You're embarrassed because you smoked and drank while pregnant and you made this the outcome. If you want to be mad at anybody, be mad at yourself. Be mad at yourself.
Most people find this croissant situation entertaining, but at this point it's getting serious and very concerning. Blueface, Chrisean, and everyone in that family just seem to spit on each other and throw insults. But the only real victim in all of this is Junior. New information has come out about the extent of his condition, and everyone from Chrisean to the people around her is being blamed, because his situation could have been completely avoided. This all unfolded after Chrisean began making her rounds, throwing threats at Blueface for dumping her and warning him that he would end up like Ronnie if he didn't straighten up.
Blue, you're not gonna live a long time. Keep going against our kid, bro. You're not gonna live a long time. Bullying your second son, bro. That's crazy. It's alright. His address is 18663 Juniper Springs Drive. For everybody.
And Blueface isn't here for any of that, because he didn't just come out of prison only to end up hurt again. He's been exposing how far Chrisean went in damaging their son's health. Even with the entire internet telling her to simply do right by her child, she continues moving backwards and creating a toxic environment that Junior is clearly struggling in. At this point, it's not even rumors. There are countless videos of Chrisean repeatedly crossing the line, drinking heavily during pregnancy, and treating Junior more like an accessory to stay around Blueface than an actual child. But that's not even the worst part. Right before she gave birth, doctors allegedly told her she had chlamydia and absolutely should not attempt a natural birth because it could cause her son to go blind. The fact that Chrisean had chlamydia while pregnant shows she wasn't taking care of herself properly or attending prenatal appointments, because she only found out while already in labor, when doctors recommended an emergency C-section.
Why didn't your mother's instincts kick in day one when you gave birth? Why? Because I was there. It didn't kick in. It didn't kick in. When the nurses came in and told you, can they talk to you about yourself? You're like, no. Just go ahead and put it out there when I was wrong. Yeah, and they said you had chlamydia. Your mother's instincts didn't kick in. They said we had to do a C-section. Guess what? You refused. You didn't want to mess up your little tattoo. Or you didn't want to get cut, right? Oh, all right. Where your mother's instincts was at then? Because you sent through that infected canal, right?
But guess what, y'all? Chrisean said she was still going to give birth naturally because all she wanted to do was go live with it, and she didn't want to cut the tattoo she had placed right where the C-section line would be. And now that little boy is allegedly dealing with all kinds of disabilities. On top of that, Blueface's mom recently addressed a follower who pressed her on why Chrisean wasn't tested for substances after giving birth to Junior in 2023, especially since hospitals usually run alcohol and drug panels on new mothers and contact CPS if anything is off. The follower said, "Hospitals test you for everything. How would they not know? And why isn't that baby in proper care if she really did this?" Carissa responded, she didn't go to no regular hospital. And that also explains why the hospital even allowed her to have a natural delivery. This whole situation is such a mess. But Chrisean is not the only one to blame. Everyone around her, from her family to her friends who enabled her behavior, should also be held accountable. When Blueface first got out, Chrisean was the first to go get him, bringing Junior along for some father-son time. And that man was shocked to see that there had been absolutely no improvement in Junior's condition. He couldn't keep his head straight. Chrisean brought the baby out in just a diaper, and his hair looked like it hadn't been moisturized for weeks. Ever since then, Blueface has done everything but spend time with Junior. He's been all over the internet, letting fans in on his chaotic new relationship with Hazel, his golden retriever, and even appearing on dating shows. Meanwhile, Chrisean has been spiraling, claiming that Blueface was out here disrespecting her son. She cursed out not just Blueface, but also his other kids with Jaden, Alexis, his mom, and even Jaden herself. Now y'all see why Jaden doesn't let Chrisean around her kids, because it's giving if she can't have Blueface, then no one else can. But the part that really shocked everyone was when Chrisean threatened that something was going to happen to Blueface if he kept playing with her, saying he might end up like Ronnie without even knowing it.
Or find a grave to dig up. Every time somebody really played with me, always get hurt. So I'm giving a warning. Just like how that nigga. See, look, I ain't even finna go there. Y'all cannot see the baby. Don't hit my phone. We not cool. I don't care who he be with. It's just the fact that he cared who I was with.
I mean, she was really out here telling the whole world that there are people who don't play about her, and that bad things always end up happening to anyone who tries to play in her face.
Can't wait when me and my son just go visit your grave one day. You feel me? Because that's what you trying to do right now while we living our lives. Separate, whatever, from the chaos. Yo, bitch ass wanna kill us. You know you gonna die first before us.
Now, Chrisean saying that to just about anybody is crazy in itself, but saying it to Blueface, a man she claims to love and who is allegedly the father of her child, is downright diabolical. It shows that Chrisean doesn't really care about anyone, not even the people she claims to love, especially when she isn't getting what she wants from them. And this also explains why she doesn't seem to care about what happens to Junior. Everyone knows by now that she had him mainly to stay connected to Blueface, and even then, it never looked like she genuinely wanted him. Chrisean is trying to pin it on Blueface that he's the father, and she's allegedly threatening behind the scenes to off him if he ruins her money by denying that Junior is his son. Even his mom, Carissa, has been giving this entire situation a major side-eye because she doesn't believe Blueface is really Junior's father. But nobody can publicly say anything different because Blueface's brother, Drew, has warned him to just step up for the child to avoid anything worse happening.
And to my brother, this the last time we gonna have any type of interaction, right? Whether that's your baby or not, nigga, you better say that's your baby, nigga. Or they, like I said, they will hurt you, nigga. So say that's your baby. I don't know if it is or it ain't. But whether it is or it ain't, they trying to do some stuff and it don't work unless they say that's your baby. So nigga, just that's your baby, nigga. So like I said, I don't know if it is or it ain't, but nigga, that's your baby, nigga, or they will hurt you. Straight up.
And as crazy as it sounds, there's been a lot of speculation that Chrisean might have had something to do with Ronnie passing away after he started doubling down on Junior being his son. Even Carissa hinted at it, but she stopped herself and said she wasn't going to speak too much on the situation for certain reasons. And for someone who takes every opportunity to run her mouth on social media, the fact that Carissa refuses to say anything about what might have happened to Ronnie says a lot. As for Blueface, even though he can't openly say that Junior isn't his son, the one thing he can say is that Junior needs to be taken far away from Chrisean as soon as possible. Reports claim that she has already been reported to CPS multiple times, but because she's homeless and doesn't have a fixed address, it's difficult for them to serve her or take further action. And this time around, people are finally backing Blueface because Chrisean's victim card has completely expired, especially now that everyone is seeing what she's been doing to her son. She has become the prime example of a miserable person. She is a reckless mother who allegedly contributed to the condition of the only child she failed to abort. She has never been married, yet constantly uses Christianity for clout. Chrisean is exploiting her son to gain sympathy, money, and donations from the few fans she still has left, using the support to fuel her habits and her chaotic lifestyle of running around and chasing men. But what do you all think about this? Sound off in the comments and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, baddies!